Oh no, my microphone was muted. Oh, let me go through all of that all over again. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're going to be drawing some September stickers today. I was just stating that I hope everyone's having a good day because I've had a pretty productive day. The Halloween hounds from last week are now a tote bag and a coffee cup available at TacoVikingStudios.com. You can head over there, and patrons, I was trying to remind patrons they have a 5% discount that they get on stuff that they buy in the store. So, you know, if you want some Halloween puppies, feel free to head over and pick some up, order some. Soon I will try to get them all on t-shirts also. That's the goal. But today we're here to talk about character design and stickers for our September theme, Library Run Amok. If you were not here on Monday, which you probably weren't because there was only one of you here, we came up with a theme centered around libraries because the September is National Library Card Sign-Up Month, and we wanted to celebrate libraries and literature and genres and all of our favorite things that way, and decided to do some character mashups for the month. So I'll go ahead and talk about the characters we did yesterday. Our librarian, our big muscle, beefy librarian, muscular because I think it's funny that she's muscular. I went in after today and added the pearls onto her glasses that I said I was going to put on and forgot on Monday or on Tuesday, yesterday. Libraries are cool, and I think our theme's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun. So the idea is that we're mashing up a bunch of different genres, and we brainstormed a bunch of genres and put them together. So our librarian here is our Patreon exclusive sticker. And then our week 1 sticker is Teenage Cowboy Detective. Our Teenage Cowboy Detective here is a mashup of young adult fiction, westerns, and mysteries. And I've worked through, you can go back and watch yesterday's stream to get all of how he came to be. But basically, I was trying real hard to combine a cowboy hat and a deerstalker cap, like Sherlock Holmes, into one little character. So, the other 3 characters we decided on, which I have some real rough sketches for, is our diesel punk pirate who's going on a ghost heist. And that's the one we're going to work on primarily today. The next one up after that is going to be Regency Romance Cyborg. Combining, you know, Regency Romance and Cyberpunk. I think that one's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to working on this cyber deck arm thing. And then our final mashup bender is the werewolf self-help historian, who combines all of our favorite horror stories with self-help and, of course, historical fiction. So those are the 3 stickers we have left to draw. I doubt we're going to get to the werewolf today, but I have a feeling we will get through at least the diesel punk pirate and probably through the cyborg. Everybody wants a 4-arm computer, right? Wearable technology, they're all focused on glasses. I already have glasses. Put it on my arm. On my arm. I'm way over. I'm like going the wrong way. Cameras are mirrored. So let's get started, shall we? If you are unfamiliar with the concept of diesel punk, it is one of the lesser known punk genres, and the punk fiction genres all stem from cyberpunk was kind of the core for the beginning there, and really I say Philip K. Dick was the creator of cyberpunk, but a lot of people will tell you that it was William Gibson. Anyway, William Gibson is the one who got the name, but the idea is a gritty dystopian future. And at the time of cyberpunk, it was all computers and early computers, so like there was no internet. Although a lot of cyberpunk, including Philip K. Dick, has cybernet or internet and matrix style functions, and that launched the punk genre, which is retrofuturism in a gritty, dark environment. And diesel punk is retrofuturism specifically set with the aesthetics and technology level of like World War One into World War Two, but not after World War Two. So it's like Art Nouveau and zeppelins and blimps and tanks and things like that. A lot of people also consider post-apocalyptic wasteland car genre as diesel punk, and it's okay if you consider it that. You're wrong, but Mad Max stuff is often considered diesel punk also. Anyway, all of that is a long way to say that the things that I have highlighted as needing on my dude here is a pirate hat, a gas mask, eye patch, cutlass, epaulets, and hooky arm, and I'm gonna try to draw something that is like a combination of pirate boots and combat boots, and then just in general a big long coat. All of those things kind of really fit into both periods. And then we might give him some kind of spooky glowy element because he's going on a heist. He's going on a ghost heist. So we'll see how all of that comes to be here in just a little bit. But first, I have this rough sketch here, but I'm not going to keep it because it's not a very dynamic pose, and I want to get more dynamic in the posing here. This is just a rough kind of character idea. I'm just going to keep it in the corner so that we can look at it and remember the things that we're trying to do. But we're going to create a whole new character, and I want something really dynamic in the pose. Also, I did some shape language with each of these characters. If anyone is interested in any of that aspect of the art, the shape for this character is going to be very square, very rectangular, very blocky. Just the way it is. That means he's basic and foundational, which means that our pose needs to be even more dynamic to account for his being kind of blah in his shape language. Things that are very round or very triangular usually stand out a lot more to us in our shape language than things that are rectangular. But we're gonna see what we can see. I'm gonna actually pull up on my big screen some pirate reference art to get an idea of what some of the poses that could be going on here, because I really want to get some dynamic shape for him, and we'll see what we can see. My problem is I'm looking at all of this pirate reference art and it's kind of boring. Why are you all boring with your pirates? Pirates are so cool. Why you gotta be boring with them? They are avasting and buckling swashes and doing all that fun stuff. Why would you not really dive into that? So let's I guess let's just get some gesture drawing going and see what we can figure out that way. I'll start with his neck, and I think I want him to be like maybe swashing some buckles. So coming off like that, come down, got his rib cage, shoulders. Bring this arm coming directly out like this, holding the sword. And this arm coming up, maybe holding a rope. like he's swinging across and ready to swash, stab, do the things, you know, pirate stuff. Cool pirate stuff. So if that's that way, then his hips are going to come down here like this. And this, how is it? Trying to kind of twist and turn in my chair to get a feel for how my hips would hang. This leg needs to come this way and hook around the rope like this. And this leg then can hang behind like this. So how's that feel? Is that a dynamic enough pose? I think it's pretty cool. I think it's a good looking pose. I'm actually gonna pull him over. This. Recenter. There's center. And I'm gonna block this up a little bit because, like I said, he's supposed to have a blocky, very rectangular shape language. So I'm gonna come in and just add something like a little more squaried in. So, little square on the head, which lets us bring this around like that. That's not too bad. And then this rope needs to come through as a through line. I'm trying to get part of my brush. That. So I guess it needs to come off the foot. So his foot, the leg would normally be shaped like this and then turn. Okay. Trying to just make sure I don't screw up my biology too bad here. Put the ankle there, toe, crossed, this leg down. There. Arm out to this sword, which I can now extend because I moved over. And I wonder if I can add. We'll work on that more in details. I'm thinking I might need to add some more diesel punk elements to the sword itself. I think would be cool. And goes back here. All right, that's a little better. That's more of our baseline that I was looking for. So I'll get rid of that guy. Oop. Now we can start with our slightly more detailed shape pass. I definitely want him to have a gas mask kind of face. Goggles, gas mask, that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of shape that in on my down layer so I have a place to put some referencing, and then just come in here like this, bring this out, sketch that in. That looks good. Not too bad right there. A little more. This side. This. There. Then we will actually have maybe to get our eye patch look that we've got up here, we will have him wearing some like aviator goggles, um, with one side blacked out. That might be a little too tropey. I feel like I've seen that somewhere before. But we'll try what we can see what we can do. So I pulled up some reference image art for aviator goggles, kind of come across the face like this. Big hooky part here. And just instead of having any like a blacked out side, we just actually have nothing there. Ear. His ear obviously has to have a hoop earring. He's a pirate. Just bring this up. This. That's not. I like that. That's pretty good. Maybe instead of having these folds, we go pretty punky here. We're gonna little extra punk rock, and if you go to basically any like cyber goth clothing line, you're gonna be able to see this. And this is probably gonna be one of those details that I'm gonna draw in that you aren't gonna be able to notice on the sticker. But we'll give him a little skull and crossbones on that eye patch side. That okay. And then the other part of my idea was that he would be wearing a tricorn hat. We're gonna see if we can't pull that off. It's gonna be this is a weird angle to draw one at for me. That's not too bad. That doesn't look too bad there. I'm gonna draw this behind. It's definitely easier at the head-on angle. Made this more of a challenge for myself by adding some dynamic to the pose. But I think that looks okay. Not mad. Not mad at it. I like that. That looks pretty good. So now what is causing drop? Do. Discord must be open in the background. It is. So I have learned that the thing that really causes my slowdown of all of my stuff is Discord. Discord is the problem. Discord, for some reason, if it's running while I'm trying to stream, it slows things way down. So that's a thing I'm going to have to figure out what's causing that exactly. But I think I should be back up and running again smooth. I closed out Discord. I had closed it, but I had to go in and actually close it out from the background. No, I'm still dropping 65% of frames due to network lag. That's weird. I don't know what's going on then. Crazy. Oh, my network speed seems to be pretty slow today. Not terrible. It should be fine, but it's slower than normal. Okay, those numbers are going back down. Okay, I apologize to anybody who saw a bunch of stuttering and lag, but for some reason things were getting weird here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to drawing. Hopefully, now that everything is all of that's taken care of, all closed out, it will get back to normal and we'll be good to go. I'm going back to doing some drawing, which is what you're here to see anyway. So, we've got this gas mask part of his face, and it comes down, and let's give him a wicked cool scar. He needs a wicked cool scar. Everyone needs a wicked cool scar, right? Like that's just good design. His ear, a little bit of hair coming off. Pull that around. So coming down, hair coming down. It lets us come in here with that neckline and get something good looking there. Okay, we're back to excellent. That's good. All right, so we'll do these epaulettes. Epaulettes. That's gonna be an important part of the character design work. Kind of just band out like that. Uh, I don't think I did it up here, but I think I'm going to down here. I think I want to give him something around his neck to really make him look, oh, give him something around his neck, just kind of break up the body line. And I'm thinking ascot, but is that too similar to the neckerchief on our teenage cowboy detective? You know, and I think it might be, if I'm being honest, if I'm being fair to myself. I'm not sure what I want to put there. I'm just not feeling. I want something. I don't know what it is yet. I'm gonna come back to that. So we will go ahead and pull his long coat down like this. I'm just gonna have it. I think I'm actually gonna have it flaring out behind him because he's swinging on a rope. So we can pull this back. This. That's kind of great. It'll work for now. I'll have to fix it when I'm doing details and inking. You can fix it in the inking. So maybe I was having a good day earlier, but I'm not right now because obviously I am sucking and not able to draw at the moment. That's okay. Life gets to us. Rope. This pose might not work as a sticker because it's too dynamic. What I might do, because I am looking at this and going, I'm not sure how well this will read as a sticker. What I might do is keep this sketch, we'll redo the sketch, but keep it and use it on the print because I do really like it. And I think it looks good. Pull out One of the things he should definitely have is those sleeves should have those foldy back cuffs. I happened to have recently done a Captain Morgan zombie, so I have a little bit of experience with drawing some pirate clothes in the recent recent past. Oh, you ever had one of those days when you start working on a thing and your brain is like, this is not good. You're bad at what you do. Sometimes your brain is a jerk and you got to remind yourself not to listen to it because jerk brain is the enemy. And it might get to you, but you can overcome it. So and I have physically held a cutlass in my hand hundreds of times, and I suddenly cannot remember the shape at all. Not sword. Weirdo search. You know, it's one of those things. I always feel embarrassed when I come across something like this where I'm like, I can't remember what a cutlass is shaped like. Also, he has bad hand positioning here. His thumb should come out here. Fingers this. Then I'm going to over exaggerate the basket. That. And that. And then I kind of want to combine this cutlass with a bayonet from World War One. And I think those had the, yeah. That's what I thought. So what I was looking up here is first of all, I wanted to find out if a bayonet from World War One was serrated or not. At least the ones I found in Google image search. But they do have this fuller in them and attached to a rifle like this. So there he's got a bayonet cutlass. Oh. Oh, I'm still here. Sorry, I had to AFK a bit talking to Art. Oh, cool. Tell her I said hi. Okay. So we've got this. Let's go ahead and come down here and work on these pirate boot, combat boot hybrid things because I think that's going to be fun to do. I think leg positioning and this foot curled. More of that weird cuff. You ever notice that pirate stuff has a lot of folded back cuffs? I'm gonna actually draw a circle in this so I can do a cuff around it. But all right, that's not too terribly bad. Combat boot part comes like this. laces. Like that. There we go. She's to say back. Cool. I hope she's feeling better. And let's see. Should we give him some pantalones? If we kind of pull these up, his pants up like this, and then blouse them out, it looked like a combination of pantaloons, and fatigues, I think, which is kind of what we would like to have him have. Oh, yeah, that's an idea. So I was saying I needed something for his neckline, and I was just kind of looking at some of the reference art and that I had pulled up. And one of the things I noticed was that a lot of the officers had ties and vests, which is a snazzy look, if I do say so myself. So let's give him a little tie vest under his captain's coat. And we'll do some closures like this. Old style closures on the part that is World War One-ish. Yeah, that looks pretty good. This leg, we've got to figure out what is the angle. So it's hanging back. This one's hooked. This one's hanging down. Oh, ankle. Okay. So come in like this. Again. Cuff. Heel coming off boot. Thick part there. Laces. There. That can blouse. That. So that's pretty good. We pull this down. That's not bad. This is a fun pose. This is a really fun pose. Like I said, I don't know if I can make this work as a sticker. Something important with stickers is that they need to be somewhat enclosed in. And the way this currently is, if this was cut, you'd have a big long piece here and here that would be rife for tearing off. And it would also fit poorly on the page, which is a consideration that needs to be made a lot more often than people realize. So I wouldn't be able to print as many as a time, which means the cost effectiveness goes down. So I'm gonna look, like I said, I'm gonna keep this pose the way this pose is as it is. I'm not gonna get rid of it. Because I think I'm going to put this into the art print and have him swinging into the art print, because you can get away with a lot more in a print than you can in a sticker. So I'm actually going to create a copy of that so that I can then use this as a reference art piece up here and do another pose with the same basic character. The art process. Is that a banana in his left hand? Well, he's holding a rope with his left hand and a cutlass bayonet in his right hand. I forgot I was going to give him a hook hand. So really, this hand needs to become a hook. And he needs to be holding that rope with a hook. what if we take the same concept of a character here and brought him more forward in line to the art and more just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I really liked the concept of having him swinging on a rope, and I just don't think it'll work as a sticker. This is the art. He's buckling swashes. He was buckling swashes. This is the creative process. This is the thing I don't like. Is that sometimes you have an idea and it's not going to work the way you want it to work. So I really want something more than this, right? Like, this is not a very interesting pose, but it would work as a sticker. So maybe we just take the same concept of pose and we bring it in a little bit more in alignment with like an actual action position. So maybe we bring his hips in. He would be like here. Those legs coming out. Two. Actually, you know what? I forgot I gave myself a reference so that I would have line work so I could reference things. If we give him a little bit more actual like combat stance for that pose, we can bring this, there's that sword back, and that other arm down, put that hand there. So this leg would then be back, turn. So so that he's hunched forward, leaning off of his back leg onto his right foot. Left hand out, his head up and aligned, facing forward. I think with that position, though, I think even though it's bad form, the swordsman in me is going, it's bad form, don't do it. The artist in me is going, let's give you more dynamic in your silhouette. So I'll bring his arm out of alignment with his body. So the sword is outside of his body instead of in front of him, ready to defend from either side. And I can rant about swords. I'm allowed to. I probably shouldn't here in this live stream. Although without a brave words outlet, where else am I supposed to rant about swords? I mean, it is what it is, right? So let's take this and we'll just bring this down a little bit. And we'll redo a lot of the work we just did. So we're going to have gas mask bit. Head. Aviator goggles. I don't think I'm gonna give him an ear. I mean, I know he should have an ear. I'm going to instead give him that scraggly hair. Work again on that tricorn hat. That looks like butt. We'll redo that. Let's see. Off of his head like this. This would come forward. This. Down and in and back out. That. Would come the back. Oh. This should now that. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes art and real sword fighting don't line up well because real sword fighting is boring. That's a thing I learned when I was doing demo at the Renaissance Festival. We can give his neck down and put that tie back in. Vest. Jacket line down around his leg. Epaulette. So yeah, this is already feeling more sticker better to me. It's already feeling better for what I was trying to do with this sticker. And I think, like I said, I think this swashbuckling guy up here will work great for this one. Find him. Arm needs to come here. Skip down here to boot. Is now much easier to draw because everything's easier to draw at a straightforward angle than at a live angle. Tongue of the boot. Shoelaces. There. Poofy. Bloused. Pants. Here. Heel. Sole. Boot. Cap. That. There. down. Hide where his pants. You gotta hide where your pants touch your shirt. This is paramount at all times. Never in your life, I'm looking right at you, camera. Never in your life should people be able to see where your pants touch your shirt. That's very important. You're neurotic. So, I was told that I talk to myself, but not to the camera enough when I'm drawing, and that's probably true. I'm not quite used to other people being around when I'm drawing, and this is very much the way my process works. So what you were seeing is if you were just snuck into the room with me while I was working, this is what you would see. Also, it's just me sitting here calling myself names, more than likely talking about the stuff that's on this I'm drawing, why it sucks. That's just my whole process involves a lot of swearing at myself. All right, now we need something for him to do with this hand over here, I think. I don't know what that's gonna be, but it needs something. He needs something in this hand. The network slowed down again. Maybe somebody is messing with me. They were out, the cable guy is out working on our lines earlier, so I hope everything is going fine. Maybe we'll just give him a big fist. Like in the original, like my original sketch, I was gonna give him a hook, but he can't be hanging from the hook on the rope. That is crazy talk. And I like the swashbuckling for the print, so maybe over here, I'll just give him a fist. Good. Ooh, but if I instead brought that hand up here, bring it around like this, like he's ready to catch a blade. I don't know how good this is, but I think I'm gonna keep going. I have a feel I don't want to redraw this guy a third time, or draw this guy a third time. Let's see how we can clean it up in our what's the term I'm looking for here? Our line art. Do you think I'm gonna come in here and cut his head off and rotate it back center a little, bring it down? Like that. And I think also I'm going to this leg out a bit more. Just to widen things up a bit. Maybe I'll do the same thing on this side. We'll pull both legs. Pull this leg out just a little bit more. Widen him out. So he's definitely going to fall over if you blow on him hard enough. He's got bad sword form, that's for sure. But it gives us a little bit more depth to the character, thickness to the character. And have this coat hanging. So we can work with this. let's see what we can do as we clean up the line art here. Maybe we'll fix it. Maybe it'll continue to look horrible. Who knows? We won't know until we try. And what's the worst that can happen is people stop believing in me as a person and throw fruit at my head. But you guys aren't going to throw fruit at my head, are you? You wouldn't do that. I have faith that that wouldn't happen. So, excuse me. I'm getting a little dried out. I only drink, 2 or 3 gallons of water a day. I'm a little behind today. So we'll see. Looks pretty good. I'm liking this a little bit so far. Nope, that is totally wrong. This is supposed to be facing straight forward, Matt. You're off on your perspective. That's a problem. Okay, so let's start by drawing in the part of the gas mask that actually covers the face. And then, ooh, you know what? Not hard at least. What's not hard at least? I can't remember what I was saying. I'm out of it. I just remembered, I think World War II or World War I gas masks only had like one side. They were like asymmetrical, which I don't love because I don't love asymmetry ever. But it adds some character to the liner. The little it adds some flavor to the character, I guess is what I'm looking for here. Add some character to the character. So we can do that and bring this then I won't throw fruit too hard. Oh, okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was going to draw stitching on the gas mask and then remembered stitching is going to be a small detail that isn't going to read. So you have to stick to bigger shapes. I think that's one of the problems I'm having with this character. I love the concept so much. I want to do detailed character design work on him, but he's a sticker. He has to be easily readable from a small size. And so like this guy, let's talk about this. This is a good sticker, right? You can look at that and you can read what that is, even at that size. This is not a good sticker because you can't read what it is at that size. So I need to think more like this and less like this as I'm working through on this line art and doing this sticker piece. I hope that makes sense from what I'm talking about. I'm crazy. I am clearly not going to get to the Regency Cyborg tonight, so we're definitely going to have a lot of work to do for ourselves on Thursday. So maybe what I need to actually do is focus more on this. Like, he has a big gas mask circle here that is obvious. That. Then we can bring that down around like this. There. That's okay. Okay. Now, let's actually take that, lower it down more, and probably shrink it down a little. and give it a tube. This. Base. So, holes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I think we're working in the right direction now. We're cooking with gas now. Then big goggle. Big goggle. Eye inside. Okay. Yeah, this is where I was struggling. This is where I was going wrong. I was trying to go detailed and real, and I am not that guy, right? I am never been that guy. I'm never going to be that guy. So I just need to accept who I am and live with it. Now, we'll see if this is readable from this size. Not really, but I think it'll be a nice little touch in there. I'm actually going to use a smaller, even smaller line art. I think this is going to be one of those things where it's not going to necessarily read at a distance, but it might read if you look close enough, and then it'll be a nice little Easter egg. So, actually just leave it as a skull with some little skull teeth. See, like you can't really see that even at that size. But if you look close, you're going to notice it, I think. I'll know for sure once I run a test print. And I'll do some modification to the art then. That's part of my process, actually, is that you have to run a test. See how it goes. Okay. So now we know we want his head come around like this. All right, I'm back in the zone now. I overcame that hurdle that I was facing. Should have been a size 24. Yeah, feeling it. Feeling it. I'm feeling it, and we have half an hour left, so maybe we can pull something off in the time we got. Yeah, this is good. This. Yeah, yeah. Now we're jamming. Now I'm feeling something good. Too tall. I wonder if I can get away with. You centered? That looks centered. I'm gonna try something using the symmetry tool. Let's get in here. There, looks okay. I should be able to pull this off. That using the symmetry tool. We're gonna go this, that, and not quite symmetrical, but that'll get us where I'm wanting. Back up. This. There we go. Like that. There. Yeah. This is working now. Leave that off. Okay, now we can come down here and we can do this epaulette. And come in here. This. Apply fringe. We will grab the end paper. Again, this isn't going to work. I just did the exact same thing I did the other day. That's not going to read. It's going to be too small. So we'll just come, pull, fringe up. That. If I zoom back out, see, that looks much better at the small size. Okay. Same thing on this side. This. Down along the shoulder. And fringed. Actually, what if we made this fist an actual fist again? This time, this angle. You would have that cuff. Oh, that looks bad. That doesn't fit the way I wanted it to. I think I just put his thumb on the outside of his hands. The problem. Sometimes you try things and they don't look good. Even when you are in the zone. The auto zone. Okay, so let's go. This. And so definitely need to probably spend a lot more time working on hands. My hand design is pretty set in its ways and needs some work. Definitely improve this. I want there to be a definite bend. Okay. That's not the most horrible thing I've ever seen. So I can live with it. And this is going to come down here on the coat. So I best cross that. This part of his hair. So vest will come down and split across his legs. Two of these guys like this. Do one of these. So I think what I'm realizing is there's a reason my favorite art live streamers have other people with them a lot of the time. A lot of them are groups or at least two people. Because then one person doesn't get sucked into their drawing and forget that there is an audience watching, which is a real danger. Or at least if they do, they're okay because they've got a second person there to keep the conversation going, keep engagement up. So let's come back in here, chonky boot. And then I talked about I wanted his shape language to be a little blockier. Let's make the boot a little blockier. Well, I'm here doing inking. Pull that down like that. See? Plan comes together from time to time. Yeah. Yeah, that looks good. That's not bad at all. Okay. All right. Checking in. No new chat messages. That's fine. You don't have to talk to me. I don't need to be talked to. I'm not even a real person. I'm actually a robot. This is all AI. That was actually speaking of proving that I'm not AI. So one of the things I did today, I spent a lot of time putting together one listing on Etsy. And the reason I did that is because I thought it would be a really good idea to show that I'm a person that does this art and not a robot. So I took, when I was working on the Halloween hounds, I was like, I will make an Etsy listing video that shows me drawing them so that I can be like, hey, this is illustrated by a person. Since so much of the stuff on Etsy these days is AI and dropship stuff. And I still think that was a good idea. I'm glad I did it. But here is the thing that I had forgotten and that I probably need to remember when I make these plans in the future. Etsy videos are only 15 seconds long. So when you spent 2 days doing 90-minute live streams drawing dogs wearing Halloween costumes, you have 3 hours of footage that you need to compress down into a 15-second video. And that took longer than it probably should have for me to do that. But I can use that one video for all the products I plan to do with that design. So right now I have it on a tote bag and a coffee mug. And I would like to put each of those dogs on their own t-shirt because I think that would be fun. I think in general, I've been too lackadaisical in adding things like t-shirts and stuff like that to my store. I think there's a lot of people who would like to see my work as a t-shirt or a coffee mug or something like that. So that's my goal for right now, is to get a lot more of that stuff up and online and ready to go. As far as the business is concerned, and then you guys would be able to go and get some if you wanted to. No pressure to do so. I mean, help me survive, and then I could draw more art and give you more stickers. But you don't have to care if I live or not. Not your obligation to care if I live or don't. Whatever. I'm not sure guilt tripping your audience is an effective marketing strategy. I could be wrong. I think this hat is a little too small, so I'm just kind of resizing it here. See what I can do without having to completely redraw it. I think that'll work. I mean, it's still kind of will need a little bit of work there, but I think you can tell what it is at least. Or where it was or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I don't have to completely redraw it. That's what it all that matters to me. Okay. So, all right, that looks actually not looking too bad. I think this looks pretty good, which is nice because we have just about enough time left to do the coloring. And then we'll have done one guy today. Yay! I'm going to go ahead and hide that and that. And see if I shrink this down, you get a lot better impression of what it should, what it reads better at this size. Although this hand is still a problem for me. I'm going to redraw this hand because I think what my problem with it is that it needs to be bigger. So we'll make it bigger. I'll make it bigger. You're just watching. You don't have to do any work. This is all about me doing the work. You don't have to do any work. There, like that. And then arm coming across like this. Slide. There. See, okay, so here's what that make that hand bigger and it kind of foreshortens that arm a little bit. But it doesn't look, oh, I know why. I know what's going on. This line, I trimmed these lines wrong. Should be in front. No, this looks bad. I don't like this anymore at all. I don't like this arm. I'm actually gonna just pull it. I think I'm gonna bring this arm down. Like this. Cuff around. Bring it here. Let's have it. When all else fails, hide your shame. There we go. I'm hiding the hand. We're just gonna hide it. When all else fails, hide your shame. It's an old artist trick. Put the hand behind something. You don't have to draw it anymore. Animators do it all the time. It's like there's a whole scene in one of the episodes of the newest season of Invincible where they go to a convention and he's talking to the animator about ways they save money. And the whole time he's like holding the comic book in front of his face so you can't see his mouth. And he's like, sometimes we hide the mouth of the talking character so that you will assume they're talking, but we don't have to animate their lips. Artists cheat. That's what they do. We do. Okay. Yeah. That looks good. I think this looks good. Especially since when he's shrunk down, like this is literally all the bigger he's gonna ever be. I don't know what you're seeing on what size screen you have, but on when I shrink him down on my iPad, this is the size of the sticker roughly, so it reads pretty well. And I think, oops, one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna curl this jacket so it's like hanging, just to add a little more to it. Okay, we got 12 minutes. Let's fill in with some color. So my magic coloring formula is select everything that is not pirate, invert, and fill with sketch color. Oops, not the line art on its own layer. There we go. Reference layer. And let's do this. Okay. Need a color scheme for our pirate. I think he needs bright reds or darker reds, actually. We'll start here. That. Then we'll add some Taco Viking gold. Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm on the right layer. I was worried for a second I was on the wrong layer again. I was like, oh no, but no, I'm on the right layer. And I'm just closing in some things here. Let's do these as yellow. Okay. If he was steampunk, we would of course do the gas mask as like brass, but he's not steampunk. He's diesel punk. So we're gonna do this gas mask in gray, and it would normally be a much darker gray, but I know there's gonna be a lot of darker colors in this piece already, so I don't want to use that too much. Go there. And then he's a pirate, and for some reason pirates like to wear white pants. I don't know why they like to wear white pants. It's a pirate thing. Pirates like white pants, barbarians like fuzzy pants. It's just the way the world works. And I think I've already used green on 2 of these characters, so I'm not going to green it out again. But I need a good contrasting color to this red. So 182 teal. Put a teal in there. And we can do his shirt. White. These goggles should be that same dark gray. And we will make this skull white. And again, the skull is not going to read at all on the sticker, but it'll be a fun Easter egg for people who know to look for it. And I really know this to be the case because of my the brain sticker from this month's stuff. Like there is an arcane symbol on his chest I spent a lot of time on, roughly the same size as that skull, and you cannot see it at all. Give him a gray on the sword. And I'll go ahead and do brass there. And then now we need some kind of skin color. So let's go kind of a dirty tan. Like so. Okay, that's not a bad looking little pirate dude, if I do say so myself. I think, if I'm being honest, live streaming this process makes me more self-conscious about my work than when I'm doing it on my own. But that is probably the nature of the beast, as they say. And I was going to close all of that down. All right, so now we've got this guy. Done also, actually, here. So going into alert modes. Okay. Have a good night. I'm going to be finishing up here in just a few minutes. We got one sticker done. I think this pirate guy looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with where I'm at on it. I'm not going to start on the Regency Romance Cyborg tonight because I've only got a few minutes left to my stream time span, my time allotted to time to the time I have left. I only have a few minutes left. I will not be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow is Thursday. I will be at the C Street Market. I will have the last 50 of my The Brain sticker. That's this one. There will be 50 of them at the market tomorrow at C Street. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. Come by and see me if you would like to get one, if you haven't got one already. The only other way to make sure you get one is to join the Patreon. If you join the Patreon, you'll get one mailed right to you. Thank you for hanging out with me, Paramin. Thank you for watching. Thanks everybody else who might have been lurking in the background. And thanks anybody who's watching this later. I really appreciate your ongoing support. Feel free to head over to TacoVikingStudios.com to check out those Halloween Hound Puppy merchandise, and I'll be working on some more of that stuff in the future. Please come back and hang out with me again on Friday at 4 p.m. as we will work on hopefully finishing up the last 2 stickers in our set. We have our Regency Romance Cyborg and Self-Help Werewolf Historian left to go. I hope that will go well for you guys. And then we just have the art print from there, and I've got some cool ideas of what I'm working on for that. Anyway, I have been Matt Brotherton. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you've enjoyed watching me draw. Until next time,